What's going on YouTube? Do you like unlimited power? Are you fed up with smartwatches that you just have to charge every other day or so? Well, take a look at Garmin's Instinct 2X Solar with basically unlimited power. You're never going to have to do that. I've had this on my wrist for a whopping 35 days so far, and it still says I have about 2 days left. There are a couple caveats to getting unlimited power, of course, which we'll get into. But Garmin's latest 2X smartwatch, again with the beefed up size, I think is the perfect addition to anybody's wrist. I've been using this as my workout buddy for the past month or so, so let's get into my review of Garmin's latest 2X Solar Unlimited smartwatch together. Inside of the box you get the Garmin Instinct 2X Solar and you get their proprietary charging cable, but this year around they do have USB-C on the other end. Thank you very much Garmin for going USB-C of things. It does use a proprietary kind of pogo pin type of charger on the other end of this cable. Thankfully though, if you harness the power of the sun, you're never going to have to touch that cable. Now again, this has been on my wrist for 35 days, no joke. I have not charged this since I unboxed it because I just wanted to make sure I got a full charge before I went ahead and did my review process. Now speaking of the review process, I am not a super athlete, and if you're looking for detailed specs on how this is going to improve your climbing of Mount Kilimanjaro or whatever the case is, this is not the channel for you. I'm basically in the camp like a lot of people, probably about 90% of the people out there that just likes to work out, likes to stay active, likes to stay fit, and likes to see more stats than I know what to do with from a smartwatch. Taking a look at the Instinct 2X Solar here with the reinforced polymer casing. This is a very nice rugged smartwatch and it's probably one of the better looking ones, and I give that to the fact that it's much larger this time around. This is a 50mm casing, so it looks really awesome on my wrist. And as a fan of big watches like the Tactic 7 Pro, I'm all about this larger casing size. And I'm also about the ruggedness. I'm also about the look and the feel of this watch. There's something about it that really just puts a smile on my face. When it comes to the overall screen quality, there's no problem seeing this in direct sunlight. And direct sunlight is where you're going to want to keep this watch most of the time because it is using Garmin's Power Glass technology. You can see the solar panel, if you will, by this rectangular cutout within the glass here. And that's where it's going to actually harness that power. Now, in order to turn that sunlight into battery life, you need to get somewhere between 50 to 60,000 lux. At least that's been my experience. And before you say that sounds like a lot, it does sound like a lot, but it's really not. So to give you a little bit of an idea how much time in the sun you're going to need, a 2-hour drive got me to about 25,000 lux. And again, that's with moving the wheel, driving, doing as I do. And just sitting out in my backyard for about an hour in direct sunlight, I got all the way up to 60,000 lux. So it depends how much sunlight you're able to capture. If you're out enjoying your lunch outside somewhere, getting a couple of brews in the summertime, you're actually going to charge up this watch before you know it. And if you're just walking around town, doing whatever you need to do, I've noticed that this does capture enough light. I've got somewhere between 5 to 10,000 lux just kind of walking out to the supermarket, getting a couple of things and coming back. Now again, I'm not in an area in New York City that's super bright. We don't really get a lot of sun thanks to all of these skyscrapers, so it depends where you live. If you're in Arizona, Las Vegas, any place that gets a lot of sun, you're probably going to charge this up before you know it. And it's really cool to see those days increase just by doing you and being outside, and that's what the summertime's all about. To round out battery life, this is going to get you about 40 days in smartwatch use only. Now, I've been going to the gym about 4 times a week, and I've still managed to get about 35 days, again, thanks to being out in the sun and getting a little bit of a recharge when I can. But when it comes to this watch, of course, GPS, anything like that is going to drain the battery faster. So just take a look at this chart to give you a little bit of an idea of how much battery you can expect with your specific usage. I'm more of a gym goer. Now that summer's around, I'm going to be biking and running a bit more. So I'm definitely going to have some follow-up videos on the Garmin 2X Solar. But so far, I've been really happy with it, with the looks, with everything like that. And on the back, you do get Garmin's new heart rate sensor. But speaking of what the summertime is all about, the summertime is also all about kind of going outside and doing your thing and being fit and staying active. And with a flashlight attached to the Garmin 2X Solar, you're going to be able to run at night. The light itself is multicolored, and to give you an idea of just how bright this is, let's go ahead and turn off these lights. And if you are running at night or you're trying to find your keys, you're definitely going to be able to find it thanks to having this torch on the 2X Solar. And again, you see there's different brightness levels as well. So let me just switch over to the red to kind of give you guys an idea of what the red is like. So this is probably more beneficial for you guys if you're running or biking at night. So I like the two-toned action when it comes to the actual torch itself. Some of the options for the flashlight, again, perfect if you're running, biking, or doing any sort of outdoor activity at night. You can have a couple different modes. I really like the ability to go ahead and mess with this light. It will come in handy for a lot of people. For me personally, let's be honest, I've really just used this to kind of find my keys at night. So I think this is still a cool feature. There is also Garmin Pay on the Instinct 2X, so you can use this as your mobile payment system. There's multi-band GPS, you do have ABC sensors. There's also track-back routing for those of you that go on hikes and you want to find your way back. And of course, there's reference points again. There's a lot of features in the Garmin Instinct 2X Solar here for a lot of people. Being a smartwatch in 2023, you want information at a glance. You want to be able to see what you want to see when you want to see it. And you can also scroll down and see different widgets and get information that you find most important. So if we take a look at one of these widgets that again, being a solar watch, I've been really interested in, is the solar intensity. So you can see my daily intensity right now is about 3.7K lux. Scrolling down, there's my average, about 39,000 a day. And you can see those spikes when I was actually out and about and getting some sunlight myself. And then you can scroll back and you can see different things like the weather. Of course, we all like to see the weather. When it comes to messages and notifications, you are going to get all of your messages and notifications on this watch. You can reply with it, or you can view the entire conversation, or you can do a callback. Now there's no speaker or microphone, so if you press call back, you're going to have to use your actual smartphone, but you can set up quick replies that you can quickly just reply to any of your text messages, and that goes for WhatsApp too. You can also reply on WhatsApp with these quick reply messages. A couple more things that I just want to mention, a couple more things that I know a lot of you are going to ask. This is not a touchscreen, so you cannot interact with this watch with a touchscreen, but you do have these 5 buttons on the left and the right side of the watch, which is going to help you interact with everything you need on this watch. And in Garmin's usual fashion, there's more information than you guys are actually going to need. You can see everything about your 24-hour health monitoring system. If you do like sleep tracking, which I'm really not a fan of, guys, you do get sleep tracking in here. There's really a lot of information that comes from this smartwatch. So I just want to show you what it's going to look like. And I think Garmin is one of the kings in this market area in terms of their app, in terms of all the metrics that you get. I'm someone that really likes, again, to get more information than I know what to do with. So this application, Garmin, is definitely one of those companies that gives me everything I need to see. It's done in a very readable type of way. Everything is these big kind of cards, so you can quickly see what you need to see. You can see your training readiness. You can see your heart rate, your stress levels throughout the day, your intensity minutes as well, of course your steps and your floors and your calories burnt. Taking a look at one of my activities here, again, you're going to get a lot of information. You're going to get some different metrics based on which activity you're doing. But if we take a bike ride, for example, total time, of course, distance, your calories, your speed, all of that good stuff, you can see more information about your activity, like the training effect. You can see your calories burned, what your temperature was. But I like the way that everything is really easy to understand, so you don't have to be some sort of physiological whiz, some sort of PT that needs to diagnose every bit of information. The application does all of that for you. And again, the graphics are really nice. The graphics have nice colors, and that's what it's all about. You want your eyes to go to the color that you know corresponds with a specific data point that you're looking for. So again, I think Garmin does a nice job when it comes to handling your workouts. And the same goes for strength training. Again, there's a lot of information here, so you can see all about your sets, you can see all about your reps, and you can manually input them into the watch if you're all about that type of life. But again, I think Garmin does a really nice job, and one of the great things that I've always praised Garmin for is the challenges, because a lot of people need a little bit of a push, or you just want bragging rights. So with challenges, you're able to basically challenge anybody around the world, and you can see your weekly leaderboard. You can see all types of different challenges that are around. So if you want to push yourself and you don't have workout buddies, or you don't have running buddies or biking buddies, there's always going to be a challenge for you, and that's what I like to see. It's just a great way to keep yourself motivated. After all, we like to be competitive. If you're buying a Garmin watch, you're all about that competitive life. So that's really what I wanted to mention about the application. I think they do a really nice job. When it comes to durability, you can see the glass is sunken beneath this bezel on the top here. And that's really good because I've knocked this around so many times. I was in the process of moving, and of course when you're moving, you're picking up boxes, you're getting things off of shelves, off of walls, and I knocked this countless times. I don't even know how many times I've knocked it, and I do not even see a scratch. Well, I kind of noticed a scratch on the buckle down here, but that's not a big deal. The glass and the actual housing, the polycarbonate housing, does a really nice job of protecting the screen. So again, this is one of the better Garmin watches, I feel, for a lot of people out there. I like the rugged looks, so if you're all about that hiking lifestyle, this is definitely going to blend in those woods. And I like all the metrics. Again, in normal Garmin fashion, I'll leave some links down below. There's really a lot of metrics that come from all of these Garmin watches, so I think this is one of the better picks in my opinion. If you're looking for a great summer watch, if you're going to be out hiking, you're going to be out kayaking, you're going to be out in the sun all day long, or you just want a watch that potentially will give you unlimited power and you never have to pick up a charging cable again, definitely check out the Instinct 2X Solar. Really appreciate you guys watching. Thumbs up, subscribe, and I'll catch you in another video.